one and all, and welcome to the newest, freshly produced, hot off the press edition of your King Sport Chambers. I'm trying to make it sound like a real media entity, you know?
Yeah, okay, sure, I'll roll with that.
We do have news, though, as we always do in your King Sport Chamber Zone. I am Bob Figgins with your King Sport Chamber.
Yes, you are.
She's my co-host and good friend, Laura Woods with Eastman.
Yes, I am.
And we're coming to you today from a favorite and frequent stop on our CZ tour of shows. We're here with our good friends at Eastman Credit Union.
We are at the main location of Eastman Credit Union here on Meadowview Parkway. And as always, do we have some great things to share with you about what's happening with Eastman Credit Union. Let's just start with the fact that once again, they are ranked as one of the top financial institutions in the country, and that is thanks to the over 160,000 satisfied members that they get to call their own here at Eastman Credit Union. They also have some really great new products that are being rolled out, some exclusive dealings as well that you won't find anyplace else, and we can't wait to share all of that with you here in just a moment.
We look forward to that, and also on today's CZ, we have a host of wonderful fundraisers coming up through a lot of local nonprofits and great organizations that are making a huge impact on our community. We'll first start with Goodwill Industries and tell you all about Goodwill. They're famous, of course, for their retail stores, but they're also known for helping people find jobs and doing job training for those individuals. They do great work in our community, and we'll have a profile of this wonderful organization.
And I think I've seen you wear pink before on the show. You don't have it on today, but in case you didn't know that. But Bob has worn pink before, and in fact, many of you all have probably seen a lot of men around the Tri-Cities wearing pink, and that is all part of the American Cancer Society's fundraiser that's going on right now called Real Men of the Tri-Cities Wear Pink. We're going to have some representatives from the American Cancer Society on the show to tell us not only about that fundraising event, but also other ways in which you can help them continue in their fight against cancer.
And finally, on today's CZ, the Kingsport Boys and Girls Club is partnering with the Tri-Cities Military Affairs Council for a night to honor and celebrate our local heroes, these courageous men and women from military, emergency personnel, teachers, to the boys and girls themselves at the Boys and Girls Club, so many other heroes for all they do and the sacrifices they make to make our lives better for our community, for our state, for our nation. It's a great night to honor our local heroes, and we'll tell you all about it and how you can get your tickets.
As you can tell, we have a lot to share with you. But before we get to all of that, we want to update you on what's been happening here in Kingsport. So here are the latest news and events.
We're so pleased to be joined by our host for today's King Sport Chamber Zone. Kendall Horton is the marketing specialist here at Eastman Credit Union, and she and ECU are great friends to your King Sport Chamber. So Kendall, you mentioned we were here last fall, so tell us what's changed here, what's new here at ECU since our last visit.
Well, soon after you came, we announced our extraordinary dividend. And we're proud to say that we had another record-breaking year with an $8 million extraordinary dividend.
Wow.
So since 1998, we have given back almost $70 million to our members.
That's great.
And it's wonderful to do. And people get their extraordinary dividend based on the business that they do with us. So they're already getting great rates and wonderful products, but then they get the extraordinary dividend on top of that. So it's really a year-end bonus, a way that we say thank you of giving back to our members for doing business with us. So we had that. We also had one of the best member surveys ever, and I think I said the same thing last year. We just keep having wonderful member surveys, and I think it's because our staff does such a phenomenal job of not only with their service, but staying on top of products and services. And we'll talk to you about some of the newer products and services that we have later. But then yesterday, we broke ground for a branch in Greenville. So lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, that is wonderful. Yeah. Well, speaking of, you are always unveiling new products, new services, new promotions. So what do you have in that vein right now?
Well, our mortgage department this year has launched a ECU Purchase Plus program, where not only can you get 100% financing, but you can actually get a little bit extra to make those remodeling or cosmetic things to make the home your own. Then we have ECU 100 that is 100% of the purchase price. And you don't have to be a first-time home buyer to get that 100% financing. So that's really great. And then we have our new and used auto and RV loans. They are 1.39%. But we have extended our payment deferral from 3 months to 4 months right now. We've also, with our checking accounts, have launched a click switch program that makes it easier to switch. That's one of people's, stumbling blocks. It takes a lot of time to move your automatic debits and all those things, those bills that you have going out of your accounts. And now we have a way to make that much, much easier. And of course, we have lots of great things going on with our Visa products.
Always. Well, great organization, and one of the things that make you great in addition to how you treat your customers is that the credit union philosophy of giving back.
Yes.
Being part of the community and everything. And so talk to us just a little bit about what you're doing along those lines.
So in October, we will finish up our shred events where we have shred days throughout the region, and we go out and we shred members' documents for free.
It's a great service too. A lot of people don't realize just how nice it is to be able to take your documents someplace and know that they're securely destroyed.
And it can be very expensive if you need to do that yourself. We had one man, he said, "Why do they do this for free? They told me it would cost $400 or $500 to come to my house." I said, "Well, they don't do it for free. We pay them and we do it free for you."
Yeah.
And he said, "Why would you do that?" And I said, "Because we love our members."
Yeah.
And so it's a wonderful event, but we will be closing down in October after this October event at Wilcox and get through the winter months, and we'll start back up in the spring with our shred. We also have lots of seminars. They are listed on our website. Everything from Social Security to home buying and home selling. Great seminars that we have. You can register for those online. They are completely free to register for. And then we also have our Green Path and financial education programs that help with balancing. All members have a free financial counselor that is confidential, that they have at their disposal, and that's just another benefit of our membership.
That's great. Kendall, if people want more information about Eastman Credit Union, they want to find out how to become a member, they want to find out about all these great products that you've just talked about,
Yes.
where do they get that information?
You can go to any branch location. We have over 20 branches in the area. You can call us, or you can visit www.ecu.org to find out more information, to find out where those branches are, and to check phone numbers and things.
Great. Well, Kendall Horton with Eastman Credit Union, thank you so much for having us
You're
on the show.
welcome. You're welcome.
Again, you're another one of the guests that we love to have on because you always bring such good news and such fun things, and it's wonderful to have you.
Well,
So
thank you. It's great to have you all here too.
Thanks.
Thank you, Kendall. It's good to see you. And we will profile Goodwill Industries when we come back with more of your CZ right after this.
The ones we love are pretty special, and the little purchases we make for them mean so much. Like buying groceries to make their favorite treats. It's the small purchases that bring big smiles. Eastman Credit Union rewards you for purchases you make every day. Our Cash Rewards Visa gives you unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase. Now that's pretty special too. ECU Visa. Apply for your card today.
And welcome back to your Kingsport Chamber Zone, on location from the headquarters of Eastman Credit Union.
We're so fortunate here in Kingsport to have Goodwill Industries as one of our community partners. And just as the name says, it provides so much goodwill for our neighbors in need. Everything from its famous retail store, which a lot of us love to frequent, right down to the fact that it has great programs in place to help those people who are looking to find jobs, to educate them in the skills that they need, and then actually help them find employment. So here now to tell us more about this wonderful organization are two first-time guests on the Kingsport Chamber Zone. We're always excited about that. We have Adrienne Hendon and we have Stacy Haas. Adrienne is the Public Relations Coordinator for Goodwill Industries, and Stacy is the Employment Programs Coordinator, Manager, multiple titles for Goodwill Industries. She wears a lot of hats. So ladies, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Adrienne, I think a lot of people probably are familiar with Goodwill, but why don't you educate us about the finer points
Yes.
of Goodwill Industries?
A lot of people take us for the retail stores, but they don't know the behind the scenes. So whenever somebody donates items to our retail stores, all of that goes to our processing center. It's processed, sent back out to our retail stores. Our retail stores fund our employment programs. So without the retail stores, we don't have our employment programs. And those employment programs are doing everything from helping felons find jobs to doing resumes for people, skills training, employment training, anything with people to help them get a job, like you had said.
You obviously have a lot of ways in which you touch a lot of lives. As Laura mentioned, you spread a lot of goodwill to our friends and neighbors in need. So
Yes.
talk about the people you help and how those people can reach out to Goodwill and get the help they need.
Okay, sure. Well, our mission at Goodwill is to help people with barriers to employment find employment. A barrier can be anything from a lack of education, record, if they've got a criminal record, transportation, mental disability, physical disability, anything like that can be a barrier. And we reach out to those people to get them employed. We get them a chance that maybe regular employers don't give them. And so they can always stop by our offices, any of our retail stores, processing center. Everybody in our company strives to help our mission and to get our mission done.
And obviously donations are very important to the work you do. So talk
Absolutely.
about the types of donations you accept and how you use those and how you use monetary donations as well.
Donations, oh gosh, we take everything from shirts, pants, winter clothes, summer clothes, kids' clothes, shoes. I mean, we don't get a whole lot of men's shoes because you men tend to wear your clothes out before they get to us. They're too far gone. But I mean, we pretty much, anything that you gently use that you're ready to pass on, we'll take that off your hands. And we do free home pickups. So if you've got a boatload of stuff or a boat that you want to donate, we will come and get that from you.
You just put your stuff in the boat and you'll take it all.
Yes, we'll take it all. Yes, yes.
And the monetary donations too. People can make
Yes, all
financial
that goes,
contributions, right?
Any financial contributions go straight into our programs. 95% of our revenue goes to our programs, so that's a huge number, and it makes it so we can provide services to multiple people every week. Last year we helped over 1,000 people, so this year we're striving for even more than that.
That's great.
Yes.
Stacy, even though the employment program is actually such a huge part of Goodwill, not a lot of people are that familiar with it. So why don't you tell us just a little bit about that program?
I work in a program called the Day Reporting Center, and it's for individuals who they're court ordered to be there who have a felony or felonies on their background. And so I teach them interviewing skills, how to fill out an application correctly, how to dress for success. We go over attitude for a very long time, and it's important in getting a job and keeping your job. And so we talk about how to keep your job once you have it, and resume building. And I also started Goodwill and the Day Reporting Center started a program. It's a skills training where they actually would get a certification if they attend this class. It's a customer service and retail certification, and that just makes them more marketable to employers. So, and it gives them something else to put on their resume and another step toward their future.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So,
Well, so Stacy, what do you see as the importance of Goodwill in the communities that it serves?
well, it just provides an opportunity for educating people, not just the program that I work in, but like Adrian was saying, individuals who may be disabled or just a barrier to them, just getting that education out there to know that there is a right way and a wrong way to interview. There is a right way and a wrong way to fill out an application now. And more so now we're getting to the applications that are online, and that's a lot harder for individuals who may not know anything about a computer. So teaching them those computer skills as well, it will just provide them an opportunity to get a heads up, so they feel like they do have an opportunity to get a job.
Right.
And that support that we provide with them too, so encouraging them to keep going in their employment search. So.
Absolutely.
If people want more information on Goodwill, want to be able to donate, utilize your services, where can they find that?
They can call our stores. Our main number is 245-0600. They can also get on our website, which is goodwilltnva.org, and they can check our Facebook page.
Yes.
We have a Facebook page as well.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, anybody in our stores can get you in contact with who you need to be in touch with.
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, Adrian Hendon and Stacy Haas with Goodwill Industries, thank you for joining us today, and thanks
you
for
for
all the,
having us.
the great work
Thank
you're
you.
doing in our community.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Stay tuned, because when we come back on this edition of the Chamber Zone, we will tell you why you see more men in the Tri-Cities wearing pink right after this.
And welcome back to your Kingsport Chamber Zone, on location from Eastman Credit Union.
Yeah, unfortunately, all of us have at some point been affected by cancer, whether it has struck us individually or whether it has affected somebody that we know and love. The good news, though, is that we have organizations like the American Cancer Society that are constantly working toward helping us find a cure, also working toward preventive means as well as treatments. And here now to tell us more about that great organization as well as some really cool ways that you can help support the organization are Kara Ledbetter and Chris Ablett. Kara is the Community Relations Senior Manager for the American Cancer Society, and Chris Ablett is one of the real men wearing pink that you have undoubtedly seen around the Tri-Cities, and he is also with GAM Wealth Investors Advisors, and it's so nice to have you here, Chris.
Thank you.
So I guess let's get started first, Kara,
Sure.
and find out a little bit about the American Cancer Society.
Well, the American Cancer Society is a national organization. We are nationwide, actually international, and we raise money all across the country. We have tons and tons of fundraising events and programs and services everywhere. But in addition to that, we do have a local office here that serves 9 local counties all around us.
Okay.
And we do things like provide rides to treatment, provide overnight stays when people are away from home and need a place to stay. We have Reach to Recovery, where we have volunteers reach out to recently diagnosed patients. So there's lots of, and that's just a few, just to name a few. We have tons of other programs like that here locally, and that's what we're raising the money for, in addition to the research that's so very important to find a cure for cancer.
You mentioned fundraisers. You have a couple of great events coming up that will help in your all's great campaign to fight cancer. So let's start with the Making Strides Walk. Tell us about that.
Sure. It's Sunday, October the 18th, and it is a walk. It's not a run, it's just a walk, and basically we invite everybody in the community to come out and support these breast cancer survivors who are going to be there and be celebrated, and really that's what this is. It's a celebration. We raise money for several months leading up to this event, and then the day of we celebrate the survivors and the amount of money that we have been able to raise.
That's great.
It's a great day. It's a great event.
It's fun.
How can people participate?
You can start a team. You can set up a team online, makingstrideswalk.org/TriCitiesTN, and that's on our website. So you can go to cancer.org and find that. Just Google and find that. You can call our local office, and I can give that number if you all think that it's 423-975-0635, and just ask Tammy how to get involved, and she can help you set up your team. But there's lots of ways you can get involved. We need volunteers, people just to come out and help us the day of and participate in that way. So we would love for people to call us and to get involved with teams or volunteerism or anything.
Awesome. Chris, I see the really nice yet somewhat subdued pink tie that you have on today, and it's subdued from the standpoint of it's not anywhere close to the levels of pink that we've seen a lot of men around the Tri-Cities wearing, you included. So tell us a little bit about the Real Men of the Tri-Cities Wear Pink campaign that's going on.
Well, I think it's a great program, and Kara had come to me earlier in the year looking for local businessmen, 20 of us actually in the group, who can promote the importance of fundraising for cancer research. And so we've been able to continue to wear pink, promote it, in a lot of that we do within the community. The whole purpose is to raise capital to be used for research in order to beat back and defeat this disease which has touched so many lives. And it's just a great program to be a part of.
Sure, absolutely. And so if people want to help you raise that capital to beat back and defeat this disease, how do they do that?
Well, they can go to the website. I know all of us are part of the overall website. My particular website is one of the members of the group is helpchrissavethetatatas.com.
He's got his own cards.
We're having fun with it. We've got the cards here.
Yes.
And so all of us are having a little friendly banter back and forth, but it's all about raising money to benefit those that are stricken with such a horrible disease.
Absolutely.
And it's something else that's very important in the efforts that you do is not only in battling cancer, you do a lot of preventive care too, and encouraging people to do their annual physicals and to have mammograms. Talk about that for a second.
We do. We have a couple of studies that we've done over the years called cancer prevention studies. The most recent one was a lot about healthy eating, making healthy choices, exercise, all of those things. So education is a big part of what we do as well, just educating people that they can make healthy choices and what those healthy choices are. Not smoking and all of those things that can help to not get cancer.
Sure. And I guess just one other thing that we might want to point out for the audience is that even though, for example, the Real Men Wear Pink campaign is focused on raising funds for breast cancer, the American Cancer Society is actually focused on all cancers.
That's very true. For the month of October, because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we focus on breast cancer, and those funds are designated for breast cancer research. However, through the rest of the year and through all of the other programs that we do, we support all kinds of cancers, and our goal, our main focus is to find a cure for cancer. So, and that's what we're raising funds for.
And so remind our viewers one more time, how do they help you raise those funds? How do they donate their time, participate?
The best way is to go to cancer.org,
Okay.
and they can search for the local office and how they can help locally. And there's also an 800 number. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Okay.
There will be representatives there that can answer those calls, and that's 800-227-2345.
Great.
Chris Ablett with GAM Wealth Advisors and Karen Ledbetter with American Cancer Society. Thanks for joining us
Thank
today.
you. Yes.
Thanks for all you're doing
Thank you.
in the battle against cancer. It's
Thank you for
greatly
letting us be
appreciated.
here.
Absolutely. Thank
We
you, guys.
appreciate you.
Stay tuned, because when we come back on this edition of Your CZ, we'll talk to you about this really neat dinner coming up to celebrate local heroes right after this. And welcome back to this edition of your Kingsport Chamber Zone, on location from Eastman Credit Union.
Well, the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Kingsport is once again teaming up with the Tri-Cities Military Affairs Council to host a dinner that's going to honor some of our local heroes. It's an absolutely great evening. Here now to tell us all about it are Lisa Belhars and Sam Jones. Lisa is the president and CEO of the Kingsport Boys and Girls Club, and Sam is the treasurer of the Tri-Cities Military Affairs Council. Thanks to both of you for joining us today.
Well, thanks.
It's our pleasure.
This is such a great event to honor so many of our local heroes. So it's the third time you've done this, your third annual event. So tell us about it, Lisa.
Well, like you said, it's our third annual. We're very blessed to be able to do this event, especially with TC Mac. They're wonderful partners. But it's a twist of an old event that we used to have, Steak and Burger Dinner. So what we've done is, instead of just honoring our young people, we've added military, and Sam and I are going to talk a little bit about other honorees that we've added, but we wanted to put a twist on it. And with Steak and Burger, we have steak and burgers are the dinners, and the honorees that evening receive steak dinners, and everyone else, the patrons, receive a gourmet hamburger. So if you come to be a part of the
So
event,
win either way.
expect a gourmet hamburger.
Yeah, you
which
sold
is
it with me
wonderful.
just on steak and burgers. So, you know.
Well, the food is given to us by Texas Roadhouse, and they have
that's great.
amazing food.
They do, yes.
So, but it's a great event. It's held at the Boys and Girls Club, so it's probably one of our favorite events, because it's one of the few events that we get to host actually at the club. And so it's a real honor to be able to have people come to the club, see what our kids are doing all year round, and just kind of showcase our building, which is an amazing facility, and it's a lot of fun. We get to learn about one another, and we truly just get to show off our heroes that evening, and we have a lot of fun, and we learn a lot about one another generationally, and just get to celebrate.
That's great. That's great. Sam, Lisa queued it up. So tell us who the honorees are going to be that night and what this event means to them.
Well, first of all, we have club members. There's 15 of the club members. Then we have military from Korea, World War II, Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, and from other service times in our country. We have firefighters, EMTs, police, and this year we're honoring teachers and medical personnel.
Well, and Lisa, Sam kind of queued that up for you. Why is it important for the Boys and Girls Club to host this type of event?
Well, it's extremely important. We saw our young people have so many different heroes, and sadly, kind of fake heroes. And it was important. Our young people wanted to honor real heroes and local heroes. And so it started by honoring our military, and then last year we added first responders, police and fire and EMS, and then this year they wanted to add on to that and add some medical and educational personnel. So it's been a blessing, like I said. Our young people are realizing that we have heroes all around us, and they don't have to be on television or singing, and they don't have to be basketball stars. We look up to a lot of different idols, I guess, and false idols. So it's wonderful to see our young people want to honor our true heroes in our country and locally, and they get an opportunity to do that night. So even though we get to honor a few of our local young people, it really is focused on our adults there that evening, but then they honor our young people by being a part of that, and they show some of our young people who have done some amazing things in our club throughout the year.
That's great.
Well, it's a great tribute all the way around. How can people get tickets for the Honoring Our Heroes dinner?
Well, you can call the Boys and Girls Club at 423-230-4160, extension 231.
Sam, where can people get more information about the Tri-Cities Military Affairs Council?
They can go to our website at tc-mac.com,
Okay.
or they can like us on Facebook. And
Lisa, where can we find more information on the Kingsport Boys and Girls Club?
Of course, you can call at 230-4160 or www.kbgc.org. And I would be in big trouble if I don't mention our sponsors for the Honoring Our Heroes event.
Please do.
Our event sponsor is Price and Ramey Insurance. Our title sponsor is First Kingsport Credit Union. We have Hammett Dobson Funeral Home, Advanced Disposal, Benchmark Homes Loan, Dominion Senior Living of Johnson City, Vietnam Veterans of America, Wells Fargo's advisor. Our food, again, is provided by Texas Roadhouse. TC Mac is a sponsor, and Hammond Post 3 of the American Legion. We are just very, very blessed. We've got more sponsors this year, so I had to write them
Great,
down.
outstanding.
Thank you all so much.
Sure,
Yeah, so much.
absolutely.
Thank you, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Lisa Balhars with the Boys and Girls Club, Sam Jones with the Tri-Cities Military Affairs Council. Thank you all both for being on here. Great events that both of you all have coming up. It's
Thank
really
you.
wonderful. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
thank you.
And there's more of your CZ right after this. Well, we've made our way outside here at Eastman Credit Union to this beautiful patio area outside. Views of Cattails Golf Course and Bays Mountain, just a perfect spot, the perfect location with just a perfect financial institution. We want to thank the great team here at Eastman Credit Union for hosting us today and being such a great supporter of your Kingsport Chamber and this community. And as always, the great team at Spectrum Reach for all they do for us.
All they put up with to do this show for us, and we appreciate that. As we like to remind you, to find out what's happening here in Kingsport, we'd love for you to check us out here on the Kingsport Chamber Zone. You can also be social with the Chamber. Go pay them a visit, 400 Clinchfield Street. Give them a call at 392-8800. You can like them on Facebook. You can follow them on Twitter. And now we have a new announcement. Thank you for that.
That wasn't a very
No,
good
it wasn't
drum
a very
roll,
good
was it?
drum roll, but that's okay. We'll let it roll. That's not your talent. We now have a new way that you can find out what's happening on the Kingsport Chamber Zone, and that is by going to onekingsport.com, which will now feature the Kingsport Chamber Zone as well.
Yeah, very appreciative of them. Look
Yes.
forward to more areas just to see us, right? It's just what you
Just what you
just
needed.
what you wanted, your early Christmas gift
Just
for
what
you
you
there.
needed.
Hey, we'll be back out here on Friday, November 6th to join your Kingsport Chamber's Leadership Kingsport program for their inaugural Dennis Phillips Leadership Kingsport Golf Tournament. It happens here at Cattails Friday, November the 6th. We want to thank Premier Pharmacy and Rico for sponsoring that event. And to get your team in, just call your Kingsport Chamber at 392-8800.
And it's never too early to get your sponsorship in for the Kingsport Chamber's annual dinner. I know it's February and it seems like it's really far away, but trust me, the sponsorships go quickly, the tickets go even more quickly. You'll want to take care of this. Call the Chamber at 392-8800.
And until our next visit, together on your CZ, we are Bob and Laura reminding you, please be loyal